The Chief of Defense Staff has also come to say that the Christopher Musa has come to say on Friday to assure Nigerians that the military is committed to addressing the recent surge in insecurity. He disclosed that President Bola Tinubu has approved the acquisition of additional air assets to strengthen the fight against insurgency. General Musa made this known while briefing the State House correspondents immediately after a closed-door meeting with President Tinubu and defense chiefs at the Aso Rock Villa. He stated that additional equipment has already been procured to strengthen the fight against terrorists who have intensified their attacks in recent months, particularly in the northern region of the country. The CDS linked the recent surge in insecurity in Nigeria to a global push by terrorists and jihadists across the Sahel region, noting that the pressure on Nigeria is largely due to the porous nature of its borders, just like you've stated. Well, we also record that the president and most security chiefs has also had a meeting over this. And it's also good to recall that this terrorists use sophisticated weapons. But why this actually is mentioned here over the decision and the approval of the president to use their assets over to reduce the insurgencies, for us to really know what the president is actually doing towards this, because people will be like, what has actually been done? That was why I asked the question that you said things have been done, but some more needs to be done in order to reduce this whole situation. But let's get your thoughts on this, please.
Okay, very well. Just as he has rightfully said, a lot has to be done. According to him, he has said the mental health of these people. He has said a lot about a lot about the whole military people, getting them a lot. So I feel for what the president have said, for him to get more troops into this, to get more arms, get more military equipment to help insurgency in the state or in the country. I think this is a welcome idea to help fight some terrorism, help us fight some issues happening in the country. So it's a welcome idea, and I believe the president is going on the right path for security in the country. And I believe that this might really go a very long way in the military and other security agencies. But it's not about just giving them these arms and giving them this and everything. So I believe that educating them too is really very important, seeing how they can also be helped in several capacities in terms of financing them a lot, because it's not about giving them this thing and they are not being backed up with their necessary needs. So because you might be giving these people the whole thing they need to fight, but sometimes they also need the backup for their personal self. So I believe it's a right path to insecurity in the country, but also the individuals too has also to be looked up to, where they can also finance most of them and see how they could help them in their little ways.
Okay. We know that some of the foreign countries have got to meet with most of the security chiefs over this. Russia is part of it, and some other countries, in ways to give out weapons, sophisticated ones, because this one's also, it's more like, because someone will be like, this terrorists, are they higher than the president, than the government, not the president in particular, that they use better weapons than the ones the Nigerian military, use. So I think this is more like a step ahead of this individual. Do you think that with this, there's a possibility that there can be a reduction in the insecurity? Although he mentioned a lot of things that has to be done, it's not just releasing. You've also said that it's not just approving the assets. Do you think this step already will yield results to this decision that has been taken?
Yes, it will yield a very positive result in insecurity in the country. But it's not just about it yielding results. It's going to help to fight. But the people handling this machines or handling this equipment are the problem. It's not about these machines. These machines might actually help them do a lot in terms of insecurity in the country. But the people who are handling these machines might be the problem. They might use it against the people, or rather, they might still want to use those machines against the citizens of the country. So it's really very important that these people are being educated, and these people are also being given right orientation about these machines, so that they could know the precautions and know a lot about the machines, and also finance these people, making sure that they are well and making sure they are not lacking, so they will not have reason to doubt their support or doubt their suffering for the country.
Okay.
That's just the whole thing.
Yeah, we have to take a bit from what Chimene said. Some military parents or family of the military personnel have been crying out to the federal government to let their children go so they don't die in the whole insurgents in the country. Well, let's that aside. What's your thoughts about this decision by the approval from the president to releasing these air assets to curb these insurgents?
Well, I think it's beautiful. Beyond acquiring air assets to fight against terrorism, Leonard's colleague talked about education, which is very important. And also, another thing that we need to look at is poverty. Yeah, most of these terrorists, they recruit most of these vulnerable people. You know, there is a quote that I wrote and I always like to share. Don't allow your vulnerability make you lose your valuability. Like, when you are vulnerable, you are open to a lot of things. Like, you can go to recruit an educated, informed, well-fed, empowered child to pick up guns and weapons to go kill innocent people. First of all, I ask you, I'm not going to do that. Why? He's informed, he's empowered, he's educated, he knows his rights. Another thing that we can do to improve on the security situation, we read the reports of a particular village or community that many people were killed, and they were farmers in Borno State. Is the rule of law. A society that embraces the rule of law is a society that advances. A society that embraces the rule of mob. There is a rule of law, there is a rule of mob rule. How do you ensure that there is a rule of law in a society where some people feel that they are above the law? For someone to go and take the lives of innocent people, they should be prosecuted. That's how you build confidence in the system that this is a society that we will not tolerate abuse of law. The dignity of human life, a human life is precious. A human being is precious. You have no right to whatsoever to go and kill people, to destroy properties. You have no right to do that. Now, are these people, will they be prosecuted to serve as a deterrent to others who are thinking, oh, if others can do it, I can do it? So when you build a judicial system that will be timely, that's not going to take 5-6 years to prosecute these people. When you get them, the intelligence agencies are there, they are prosecuted, they are dealt with, they will serve as a deterrent to others.
Do you know that the military has come to say, we know where Toji Bello is and we will capture him? Do you know that they made statements like that? But last we recall in Sokoto State, I don't want to laugh over the situation. Toji Bello actually organized or had a meeting with most of the chief heads, taxing them to pay for disseminating or revealing some information about them to the military. So what's the possibility that what you've just mentioned will be actualized?
It's up to those who are in authority to do it, right? It's up to them to do it. But if we have a judicial system where those who abuse the system, those who go about killing innocent people, are brought to book, brought to justice to serve as a deterrent and warning to others. Many of them who are thinking of crimes and violence and terrorism, they'll be careful. They will draw back. Like, I shouldn't do this. If I do it, I'll be caught and I'll be persecuted. But when people continue to commit crimes, and they are not brought to justice, even if you have the most sophisticated 25 or whatever the name is, air missile system.
It will continue.
It will continue because you can't police the hearts of people, but you can create an environment that can reconstruct their mindsets.
All right.